Really? I've never done it. You're not doing it. I've been all over the United States, but I've never done it.
So guys, just be clear that word problem handout I gave out, you do not have to turn that in. That is totally for you. I gave out the answer key, so I really don't think I need to grade it. So it's just for you to reference. So you don't have to turn those in. Yeah.
All right, on the homework assignment, like, right here where it says, like, the one dealing with equal property, I wasn't exactly sure what you were asking us to do, which is why I put, they were all equal properties, what 4 plus X equals X plus 4, like, what did you want us to do?
So there are definite properties, there are certain names to those properties, right? So you have the commutative property, you have the associative property, distributive property. I know some of you guys didn't have the book when you did those problems, and that's fine, that's why I let you make corrections. So now, hopefully you got the book and you can refer back.
Other than I only have like 2 small problems you have corrected on.
Beautiful.
Only get half credit for having everything else like this.
Yes, that's evil. But like I said, you make corrections. You get them all. You get enough of them right, you get full credit. Yeah.
I got stuck on 21. I got so far, and then I was
21, where are we at?
2.2.
2.2.
I was at that one problem for Lace and Roller, and I finally quit.
21?
Yeah. I got down to where negative 9y plus 9 minus negative 5, and then I got lost.
This one here, right? I'm going to say
equals 3 halves. 3 halves. X is going to be 3 halves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So y equals what? And x equals 3 halves. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last question about that. Why wouldn't you instead give I got 4 or 5 problems wrong out of the 43 to give me the credit for the ones I got right instead of half credit for questions?
No, so I really want you to make this understand. I don't like spending a lot of time trying to figure out exactly what it takes me enough time to grade the homework. And I'm sure that some of you guys have hit math teachers that don't grade homework, and I'm still one of those old school grading the homework. To make it easy on me, to have enough time, I gave you 3 levels. No credit, half credit, full credit. When you get half credit, you're not stuck there. You can certainly bring it back up to full credit, so it's on you now to put the effort in to bring it back up. The fewer mistakes you made, the quicker it's going to be to get back up to full credit. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see how that's at all unfair. Now, if you have a problem with any of my policies, come see me in my office, we can talk about it. But you're not stuck. It would be evil if I made you half credit and gave you no chance to make it full, and you only made a few mistakes. Now for you, again, there's a whole section, the whole property section. I gave you correct mistakes because you didn't get any of those right, so I wanted you to go back and look them over again. But you can get right back up to full credit pretty easily. Right?
So it's usually a couple. If we miss 1 or 2 out of, let's say, 50.
No. If you make a couple little tiny mistakes, not a big deal. If you get the same idea wrong several different places, I'm going to make you make corrections.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's all about concept, right? If you say 2 plus 1 is 4 somewhere, and you say 3 squared is 6 somewhere else, not a big deal. I know, pretty sure you don't believe that. You just made a little mistake. I'll give you the full credit, no problem. But if you make conceptual mistakes, I'm going to make you make corrections.
Do you accept one late at all?
Yes.
Okay.
So on the day of the final, you can turn in section 1-1 homework. It will be very, very late. But you'll get more than 0 credit on it, right? My whole thing is the final's cumulative. I want to give you motivation to actually do the homework because it's the only way getting practice is the only way that you'll actually do well on the tests. So you can definitely turn in homework late. If it's late, you get not full credit, but I don't really dock it that much. It kind of goes down the further it is out. So if you turn in something at the day after the test, that's not a huge deal at all. I only really worry about that if you do that continuously.
Well, if we turn it in like the day after the test or whatever, We can't make corrections with that.
No, you can still make corrections,
So we
yeah.
can still get more credit if we.
Yes, but it'll still be late.
Okay.
Okay. Because my whole thing is, I wish to God I could just make homework worth nothing. Because you guys really should know the value of homework. But unfortunately, I've done that before, and the whole class died. Because as a human, I want to do the stuff that means something. I've got to have some kind of percentage on it, or else we're not going to do it. Because you got other classes that homework is graded, you got to do that. So I have to kind of make you do it by making you have a grade. I wish I didn't have to. Some of you guys would do it anyway, but not everybody. So what do I do here? And the only really ugly thing about this problem is what?
Fraction.
Yeah, there's a fraction. Otherwise, it's an easy problem, right? Because it's just a plug and shove.
Right.
So, but when you plug it in, oh crap, now my marker's dried out, that's what it's talking about.
Plug and chug?
Plug and chug, have you guys never heard of that?
No.
Plug in the number, chug away the answer, right? When you plug in a number for a variable, make it in parentheses so that you maintain all the operations. So in place of the x, which is being squared, I'm going to put the 3/2. In place of the x here, I'm going to put the 3/2.
Right.
And now you just attack that. Correct. Right.
Okay.
What's the first thing you need to do there?
Get rid of the exponent.
Do the exponent. And what's 3/2 squared?
9/4.
Negative 2 times 9/4. I love it. What can you do here?
You can reduce
I love it. 2 goes into 6.
one time, okay, 3 times.
3 times. 3 times 3.
9. That's 5.
How we doing?
That's good, okay.
And what happens here?
You do the same thing for that, you get
Is
the.
now you can put that over 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
The 2 and the 4.
1, 2.
So y equals negative 9 over 2 plus
9.
Plus 4.
4. Now you just have to make what?
Okay. 2
LCD.
LCD.
minus 9
Uh-huh.
plus 8
You make a
minus
Minus
half.
9 plus 8.
Right? Because the 4 is over 1. You have to make it over 2. Get an LCD.
It's gonna be
It'll be
2
minus
over
1.
2.
So y equals negative 9/2 plus 8/2
Over 2.
negative
Negative 1.
1/2.
1/2.
So don't automatically assume the problem is going to be next to impossible just because there's fractions floating around in there. Right? Just focus your attention. The first thing you do is not really math. You just, instead of x, you write 3/2 in parentheses. Right? And then the next step is math. Now you start doing the operations. You know order operations. Please excuse my dumbass son. Or dear Aunt Sally, whichever one sticks in the head. Right? And so you knew you had to do squaring first, blah, blah, blah. Keep going, right? So don't automatically give up on those fraction problems.
Canceling makes it easier, but you could have done it like full on fractions.
Oh yeah, sure. Right here you can make this negative 6, right here, negative 18 over 4, and then reduce on the next step.
Right, that's what I did.
Sure. Or here's 18 over 2, which is 9.
Right.
To me, it's just easier though to make the number smaller to begin
Yeah.
with, but it doesn't matter. You get the same place.
Page 156. No, go to 12.
Page 100.
26. Section 2-3.
Oh, 2-3. 126
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, go
12.
to 12.
Okay. So this is page 126, number 12. This is that last section we did, the word problem section. And it's kind of nice if they kind of title their sections in the homework. So in this section it says percent problems, so you kind of know what to expect when you get in there. This one says, every item in the Just a Dollar store is priced at $1. Well, thank you for that explanation. When Mary Jo opens the store, there's $125.50 in the cash register. When she counts the money in the cash register, at the end of the day, the total is $1,058.60. If the sales tax is that, how many items are sold? Okay. So at the end of the day, there was 1,058.60. And there's 8.5% sales tax. How many items are sold? So remember, I kind of summarized real quick the numbers they were telling me what they meant. But the first step in a word problem really is just, what is just X, right? There's no picture to draw. I don't want to draw the store. What is going to be X here? What's my unknown?
X, it will be the sales.
Yeah, the number of items sold, right?
Yeah.
X is the number of items sold and the number of sales
At $1 each.
at $1 each, yeah.
Right.
Cool. So, how do you start attacking this problem? There's that 8.5% sales tax in there. There's that $125.50 that was in the register to begin with.
Subtract that
I
from the
did
total.
I subtract, what was in the.
Beautiful. And that only makes sense. That's where I would start. That's not even an algebra step. Just get that out of the way to begin with, because that has nothing, that money there has nothing to do with what was sold that day. So it was already in there. So the first thing I would do is just 1,058.60 minus, to see the actual money that came from sales and tax that day, right? So what's that?
933.10.
933.1.
Okay, cool. So that's the total money
Yeah.
made, right, from sales and taxes. Okay, so we got to piece together the equation that will get me there, right?
Yeah.
So as I make a sale, not only will I have to pay me $1 for everything that I sell, they also have to pay
Plus tax.
plus taxes on top of that, right?
So I did like X plus 8.5% times X equals.
Okay, good. And remember, we did a percentage problem last time, and I tried to get you guys to realize the format's almost always the same. So, for example, if I sold 200 items, that's $200, right? So just a dollar store, which they explained to me is $1 per item. How much tax would that then bring in on top of that? How would you figure out if I sold 200 items, that's $200. How much tax would that bring in on top of that?
Times 10,
What's the sales tax rate?
8.5%.
Of what?
Of 200.
Of 200 in that case, right? Now, where did that 200 come from? My head, I just want to give me a number. How much did I sell? I don't know. So I'm going to get money from where? Two places. I'm going to get money from what I sold,
In the taxes.
plus the taxes of
All of
the
the
percentage of
sales.
Total.
what I sold.
Can't you
So
just
like
take
when
the
you-
933 and multiply it by 8.85?
Now, this is exactly the point I made last time to be careful about. That's the big mistake.
Right.
Where did 933.10 come from?
So we had.
It came from adding 8.5% of what I sold and adding it to what I sold. I can't take 8.5% of this to go
Okay.
back because that's a bigger number than what actually made it.
Okay.
We talked about that the other day, right? The percentage has to be taken on the number I don't know, which kind of sucks, which is why algebra is harder. I can't take it on the last thing because that had to be made from these two. If I take 8.5% of that, I'm going to go too far back. It's a bigger number than what the 8.5% was actually taken of before. So where did I get my money from? The money they actually gave me plus the tax on top of that, of course, equals what? 933.10. Do you notice the one we did the other day was exactly like this, but I think it was
What's the opposite?
a discount, right? And so it was a minus there. So whenever you have a markup, it's almost always going to be X plus percentage of X. When you have a discount, X minus percentage of X. Because that's what you do, isn't it? You take the original and you increase it or decrease it by a percentage of that. That's what you do. So what is 1X plus 0.085X?
1.085.
Love it. 1.085X. And then you just got one more step and you're done. Cool.
Well, you know my one is $1, right?
So you get,
If X is like $1.
yeah, because every item is $1, so that's why I have like $1 for every item. Yeah.
Then you get rid of the X. Right, one.
Well, you solve for X. Yeah. Gotta divide, exactly.